right. Here we are. Hey, Justin, how's it going?
Couldn't be better. How you doing, buddy?
Nice. I'm doing great. So it's a lovely day today. Actually, I went mountain biking today for the first time in a couple of weeks. So that was good. I always feel good
Although
afterwards.
you really should have set the scene properly and put a fan on your hair to really give it some wave
God
and some lift
damn.
during the stream.
I'm probably going in for a hair, not like to, but just to clean it up a little bit on Saturday. But you're a very kind young man. Thank you.
Appreciate that.
So welcome everyone to Kitty at Ibrit, the show where I hang out with friends and we read Hebrew text and we translate it and we just get kind of nerdy about the language, which is awesome. Justin from Deconstruction Zone is here, and it's always fun to have you back, Justin. Thank you.
I never got an applause before. This is new.
Oh wow, you want another one? Oh, so, yeah. Hi, you're doing good.
Yeah, doing really well. I took a break actually from reading Hebrew, so I was excited when we were able to schedule this. I was in April because I told you I was taking modern Hebrew, so I can learn to speak it better. Because when I was in school, we learned to read it, but we didn't really talk. And so when you read it, you sound stupid. So it's. But the last semester I was in ended in April, so I haven't touched anything since April. So I was kind of excited to get back into it.
Nice. Well, that's good. Yeah, I made that discovery kind of when I got to my PhD, and you're in PhD seminars with other PhD students, and I'm the one who sounds like a fucking moron, right? So
Yeah.
I'm still, my pronunciation is still really awful, but it's way better than it used to be. So there's some friends in the chat. John Gooderham is here. Good to see you. Noise Ending is actually he's one of my Hebrew students currently working through the second semester now, and I Was Never Here is here. And good to see you guys. Welcome. We're continuing today with Zechariah chapter 4. This is just, all of this is just a weird text.
Yeah.
So we just finished. I like it though. One of the reasons I like it, I will confess, my attention got drawn to the night visions of Zechariah because of one Richard C. Carrier, who he's tried to argue very strongly that he can make this work to show that the branch who is going to build the temple is actually Joshua the high priest, who's going to forgive everybody's sins. And I'm like,
I heard him talk about this recently.
Yeah. Recently. Oh, okay.
Because he was on he was going through Philo and demonstrating that even during Philo's period there was an idea that possibly there was a messianic connection to Joshua. And I was like, oh, that's interesting.
It's kind of interesting, yeah. So and he really leans into the Greek translation of this text. Because the word, the word used for branch in chapter 3 and chapter 6
was not what I expected. In fact,
no,
yeah,
it's true, but it does. It's not crazy. No, like it's not because it is like the anatole means rising, but there's certain contexts in the the Septuagint as well as the New Testament where it just means growing, actually, which is that's what the branch is doing, right? It's
I was thinking of the one in chapter 4 in this chapter, which we'll probably get to.
Chapter, okay.
Well, there's one word that only I didn't know it. I had to look it up. I was like, and when I looked it up, it was like only used once, and I was like, well, the way it's used, it sounds like it's used to refer to what we would call a branch, even though it's not technically referring to a branch. So maybe we'll be able to get to that.
Yeah. No, yeah, let's well, we should probably start. Do you want me to
Yeah.
start, or do you want to start?
I I
First
can
one's
go in.
yeah,
Well,
sure. I
either
think it's
one.
first one's probably a little easier too. So
Yeah, that's what I thought.
maybe yeah, okay, maybe start with verse 1.
Sure.
Oh, before you do start, I have some of my Hebrew students who watch like it when I point to the words. So
Oh,
let
sure.
me just get my my pointer
You need
working
one of
here.
those big finger pointers, like the Mickey Mouse glove finger
Yeah.
pointer.
Yeah. What I or what would one day, maybe one day I'll have like a couple of monitors and a slightly different setup, and
Yeah.
I could do this show kind of like Roger does Mud Fossil University,
Okay.
and I'll get like a feather, and I can just
Yeah.
use the feather to point at the wrong end of the feather, no less, to point at the
Or you can get one of the reading. Have you seen the reading fingers on a stick that sometimes they'll use in synagogue?
Oh, yes. Those are yeah,
Yeah.
that would be cool. Yeah, I could guys, I could use one of those actually. I like that. All right.
Oh, there you go. That's you could view that. Perfect.
So this works. All right.
Okay. So we'll do Vayeshav Hamalach Hadever B Vayirin. Hold on, I gotta get that one again. Vaye hmm
Here,
Vayireni. How
it's
close
like
was that?
Vaya Irenu
Oh,
because you got it's a vocal shava, right? Vaya
sure.
Irenu.
There we go. That
So
makes sense.
yeah, but
Vayirenu.
it's that's a trick. Like that's a really tricky one.
That is.
So
That is. Let's see. What do we got to do? Keish Esher Yaor
mm,
Mishnato.
good job.
So I did stumble when I was first looking at Vaya Shav because I was like, oh, it seems like to sit or to dwell, but it doesn't match the sentence. And then I was like, oh, it's probably
Mm,
Shuv. But then I was
mm-hmm.
thinking to myself, okay, so Shuv, he returned, the angel returned, right? But
Yep.
my question was, is there a good way, other than using the context, is there a good way to know whether it's going to be he returned or he dwelt? Because it even
Oh,
has like a dagesh in the yod, as if there
I'm
was a
so
assimilated yod.
I'm so glad you asked because it's just this kind of thing here, right? Um, let me pull up my oh, do I no, not that. Sorry. I'm there we go. Okay, I've got the oh no, I can keep that up, but let me change, yeah. Sorry guys. I'm trying to navigate my way through stuff to show you. So let's go here. Here. And let's do some whiteboard shit because that's fun. Is this
That's
working?
where the real learning
Let's
is.
see. That's right. Something's going on with this. Okay, that looks better. All right, there we go. Let's just move that out of the way. Let me get my pen up here. So, because we have it's this
Yeah,
Vayashav, and the root of this word is shuv.
sure.
So, and you are like, what's the difference between that and oh, that's a little skinny.
Because I was like, the only
And
thing I could
this,
think of is maybe the vowel pattern. What like
it
you might have
absolutely is
like a
the
patach
vowel
instead
pattern.
of oh oh
It's
oh
like that,
interesting.
right? And this is what's so because this is Yeshav, right?
Hmm.
Um this here is a hollow verb, a second vav yod verb, shuv. This one is a first yod verb, and in the first yod verbs that in the imperfect, the yod is going to assimilate into the verbal prefix, right? Which is why you got the doubling dot. And then it's going to lengthen, because ordinarily with a like a regular cal verb, your vowel pattern is, I'll just use katal. Your vowel pattern is this, right? It's yiktol, right, with the hirik in the verbal prefix. So what happens then is with the fusion, the assimilation of the two yods together, that lengthens this hirik to its sere. And yeah, that's just, I'm trying to remember the rationale for the sere in the tonic vowel position. But suffice it to say, this is kind of the important one that indicates to you this is a one yod verb, and it's I actually, the one that makes me think about it most often is the verb halak, because you see it a lot, right?
Yeah.
And halak behaves like a one yod verb. So when it takes the imperfect, right, it always looks like this. So it always looks like, there we go. And we'll make it a vav consecutive. It always looks like that, right?
True,
so
yeah.
it's the same, it's exactly the same thing. So this is you just get accustomed to this being the one yod vowel pattern. So returning to shuv, that's the same thing that's happening here. Is this so this comments you're always going to see with the verbal prefix when it's a hollow verb. And then that also affects the following vowel too. So that's the easiest way to spot the difference is just looking at these prefix vowels. I know they are a pain in the ass to learn, but if you learn them, it becomes really handy actually,
right,
for identifying the individual. And it takes time too. Like when I went through, it took me several years to kind of get all the all the differences and the patterns down. And I think for the longest time when I started, I just felt like it was chaos. Sometimes you're reading and you feel like it's chaos, right?
Yeah.
But if you work through it carefully, and if you keep like working on and working on trying to understand the rules and what's happening within the individual words, most of this stuff actually makes logical sense. It just
Sure.
it just takes time. So that's how
Perfect.
so this is Vayashav, right? Like this is the hollow verb from shuv. And he returned. Oftentimes, like this could be used like he turned around. It could be he responded even.
Right.
So yeah. Anyways,
So
that was fun. Thanks for letting me do that.
So let me give what I had for a translation, and then we'll do some conjugations. I had something akin to the angel returned the word, or it's the speaking, but like we wouldn't say that in English, this because it's the participle, but we wouldn't say the speaking. So would we just say he returned like the word, like a message?
Well, what's happening here is that the whoops, let me get my pen back. So the participle that you've correctly identified is functioning like an adjective, right?
Sure.
So it's the angel, and it's attributive. We recognize that by it matches in gender, number, and definiteness. So it's like the angel, the one who was speaking with me, be.
Okay.
So the angel who was speaking with me turned or responded. I don't know which way. I didn't even look to see what the English translations did with that one, but I don't know. It could be either. So yeah, just yeah, be aware, especially the key really for a lot of these participles when they're functioning like adjectives is if they have the definite article attached to them, that almost always means that they're
The
that's what's
subject is
happening. You're
tied
it's
to it.
attached. Yeah, it's
Okay.
like it's an adjective basically attached to a noun. And this is one of
Is
these really rare, well, maybe not really rare,
yeah.
but this is one of these rare instances in which the part devar is actually a cal verb as opposed to a
Mhm.
pl verb, because usually
Right.
it's deber, right? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So
It was an
happens
interesting
sometimes.
one trying to work through that one because it was the first time I noticed that assembly of the word order. But that makes more sense. So that the angel speaking with me, be
Yes.
returned, and
Yeah.
then and he woke up, and the he would be I'm sorry, let's see, he woke up.
Almost. It's
Let me get this
causative,
right.
right? If you think about this, because
Sure,
like
it's in the Hafil
it's in the
stem.
Hifil, yeah, and
So
there's something on the end here too.
that's me, but
Yeah.
he woke me up because
Yes.
or
There you
is
go.
the verb and ni is the pronoun. But
Yep.
I did have a question on that. I'm used to seeing just like the yod pronoun rather than the noon
Mm.
yod.
Yeah.
Is it one more common than the other?
Uh, no, I don't know about more common.
Okay.
Probably just the yod.
Okay.
This is like sometimes this is and this probably has to do with the resh
Mm.
on ear, just to make that a
As a
um
guttural.
it's, yeah, sort of. And or it could be what's called like an energic.
Okay.
Maybe it's an energic noon where they don't really have a grammatical, like they're, well, it doesn't really have a grammatical function. It's just
Hmm.
it's mostly about pronunciation, right?
Hmm.
So, um, but yeah, it's I wish I could I had a better explanation for why there are
Hmm.
differences when you see them. But
Hmm.
sadly, the rabbis know. Uh,
So I
so
had something like he woke me up like a
yeah,
man
hmm,
who or which is woken from
yeah,
his sleep.
that's good. Yeah. So,
Um
and you caught the nuance of both of the verbs there too. Um, good. Do
and
you want to parse these things, or do
yeah.
you?
Yeah, that'd be all right. So what I had for the first verb vayeshav is just a call third masculine singular perfect. And then for talking, hadover, it
Hmm.
couldn't have been a PL because there was no dagish. So I knew
That's
it was a
right.
participle, but I assumed it had to be a call. If it's not a call, I would have been wrong. But you said it was a call, so I think we're good
Yeah.
there. The other one, vaye vayeirni. That's a tough one.
Yeah, it's tough. Vayireni. Yeah, something
There we
like that,
go.
right?
That one has the definite markings of a hafil verb,
Good.
given the additional yod.
Yeah.
Um, but I did have one question on that because I
Sure.
was half expecting an assimilated hey, um, but there's no dagish. Is that because the ayin doesn't take a dagish, or
It's an imperfect, right?
oh, it's an
So,
imperfect. Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
you're right. Yeah, yeah. I wasn't
So,
even thinking about
yeah,
that. Okay, perfect.
yeah. So there you
And
go.
then yeah, let's see. Is that the only
Did you
verb?
catch did you catch yay
Um,
ord? It's the same,
yeah,
yeah, it's the same root, different conjugation. You
yeah.
caught it in the translation. Do you recognize the stem? And this has to do it has to do with vowels again too.
Yeah.
Recognizing the pattern.
It sounds when I pronounce it like a nafal.
Good. Yes.
But the
right.
the verb length is just slightly different, it seems.
Yeah. Yeah. So because I believe the root is Ayin resh.
That's what I had.
Should be. Yeah. Let me just double check. Yes, it is. So and the key here, right, is this sere in the prefix vowel position, because ordinarily what happens with a nifal is that this is a heric with the yod, right? And then the noon that's part of the nifal is hiding in there, but then it turns into the dogish of the following letter. It's doubled, but because this is an ayin, which isn't going to take the dogish, we get my favorite thing happening, which is compensatory lengthening.
Sure.
Yeah. So that's why the heric then becomes the sere. And when you see that, you're like, oh, that needs to be doubled, and you double the first radical in the imperfect when it's a nifal. So yeah, no, it's good. But yeah, you got everything right. So
it took me a while to work through some of these, though. It was a struggle.
It's a weird, like I said, it's a weird text, which doesn't make it always intuitive. So yeah, that can be tricky. So yeah, I think we got that. We knocked that one out. Nice. I shall read verse 2, which is yeah, has its own challenges.
Bit of a monster.
Yeah. All right. Oh, let me get my cursor back here. Okay. Here we go. Vayomer elai ma ata ro'eh. Vayomar ra'iti vahine menorat zahav kula v'gula al rosha v'shiv'a neroteha alea shiv'a v'shiv'a mutzakot lenerot asher al rosha. All right. So starting at the top there with Vayomer, and I'll just read my translation. I'm actually going to pull up what I prepared, because some of this is a little odd. So okay. Then he said to me, "What do you see?" Or you could say, "What are you looking at?" I guess. And this could be tricky here. Vayomar as opposed to Vayomer. So this is the first person imperfect. It's weird. It's pointed like a first person imperfect, but that's probably what the note is here. Note A, I bet. Actually, let's go down and look on verse 2. Why don't I see it? 4-2A, multiple manuscripts match the Carré, and the Carré is, let's see. Yeah, it's over here. You can see it. There's the Q. Sorry, I'm obscuring all of this. So see that little Q there? Or Q.
Yeah.
Kof. So that's the Carré. This is what you're supposed to read. Va Omar. as opposed to va vai Omar. So this is like, it's a textual error. Somebody wrote this, right, as basically a third masculine singular imperfect with the Vav consecutive, and it's supposed to be a first person singular imperfect with the Vav consecutive.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's why it's vocalized funny. So what do you see? So, and I said, I am looking, and behold, or see. This is like a menorah, a lampstand of gold. It's in construct. And then it says all of it. So that's a bit awkward. I like to say, look, a lampstand, the entire all of it is covered in, or all of it of gold, something like that. So yeah, it's all made of gold. A lampstand made entirely of gold is what this is. And a gula, which is like a bowl or a basin, on its top. And then this is where it gets tricky. And 7 of its lamps on it. 7. And 7, this word here is like halot. I liked the gloss castings. They're like, I don't know, I've seen like tubes, or did you come up with with a word for this one, or was it just?
I looked through, because this was another word that what I'm not used to seeing. I looked through a couple options in the lexicon, and I was trying to match the context, and I went with pipes, and then I also scribbled in maybe tubes.
Yeah, pipes I think is good. So yeah, according to halot here has just cast metal, right? Or reeds, which is not especially helpful. So I think my accordance gloss for this says casting or spout. So I like castings. I like the one you said, which was, what was it again?
I put pipes.
Pipes. Yeah, I like that one too. So yeah, it has 7 lamps on it, and just get my text back here. I'm not looking at it at the moment. Yeah. And 7 castings. Lenadot is like for the 7 castings for the lamps, which are on its top. It's weird. It's weird trying to picture this, and to me, it feels like there's just way too many 7s. You've got Vishaba, 7 of its lamps are on it, 7 and 7. You could say 7 by 7, or maybe this is 7 of its lamps are 7 of its lamps are on it. With that, maybe the 7 because they're, yeah, it's because it's a menorah. There's like 7 branches, I guess, right? So maybe that's what that's indicating. And then you've got like these castings or these pipes that are on each lamp. 7 castings on each of the each of the 7 lamps. So something like that. It's a bit of a mess.
Yeah, it was a tough one.
Yeah, I'll parse the verbs here. So the first one, vayomer, everybody should recognize, is a cal imperfect third masculine singular with the vav consecutive from Amar. We talked a little bit about this one. This is a textual error. It should be va omar, which is then a cal imperfect first singular with the vav consecutive also from Amar, sorry. Ra'iti is a cal perfect first singular verb from ra'a. This is a third hey verb. That hey is almost always going to disappear. Or no, it always disappears. Whenever you're going to add a suffix to it, it's gone. So yeah, that's what's happening there. And it is usually replaced by the yod. And then I think that might be it. Yeah, that's it. All the rest of that is verbless clause.
Lots of numbers.
Yes, lots of numbers and such. So Zechariah is looking at the angel is with him. He woke him up and he's half asleep and he's looking at the golden menorah with 7 lamps and 7 pipes on each of the 7 lamps. Okay, I think we're what does Jay say? Attack. Oh, really? Wow. Okay. I'm gonna pretend though that it's not, because this fucks with my tiny brain. Yeah, but it's great to see you, Jace. Jace was reading with me last week.
Oh, he's great.
Yeah, he's awesome. All right. You good to go with verse 3?
Yeah.
All right.
Ushnayim Zetim Ulea
Good.
Ekad Memin Hagula Va'akad Al Shmola.
Good. Yeah.
And I had something like and 2 olive trees are upon it. Akkad is 1. Mamin or Mamin is on the right or from the right.
Yeah.
But we wouldn't say from in English. And then Hagula is just the bowl. And then and 1 Ekkad upon Shmola, which is left.
Yeah, with the third suffix, so it's like it's left, right? And also this is mimin hagola would be like this is in construct here, so it would be like 1 on the right of the bowl or the basin, and shemula here, this third feminine singular suffix, that is the referent for that is this, right? So so 1 on the right of the bowl and 1 on the left of it being the bowl. Makes sense?
Sure does, yeah.
Good. Are there any verbs?
I don't think there's a single verb in that one.
Not a single one. So yeah, cool. So all right. Well, I will just jump into verse 4 then. Va'an, va'omar. Here it appears correctly, right? The first the first singular imperfect of Amar. So va'an va'omar el hamalach hadover bi lemor ma ele adoni. So then I answered and I spoke to the angel. Here we have it again, right? Hamalach hadover bi, the angel, the one who was speaking with me. So I answered and I spoke to the angel who was speaking to me, speaking with me, saying, Lemord, what are these, my lord? Indeed. I guess he's like, is he looking at the lamps or the pipes and the castings on the lamps? I don't know.
Yeah, something must have confused him though.
Yeah. He's also half asleep. So
he was aroused in his sleep.
he was aroused. There we go. All right. So the verbs we have here, va on is a cal imperfect first singular with the vav consecutive from anna, which means to answer. This is another third hey verb. And in the third well, in almost all the imperfect forms, that hey is also going to disappear, and you're just left with the first two radicals. Va Omar, we talked about, is a cal imperfect first singular with the vav consecutive from Amar. And then this is again the participle, the cal participle masculine singular from davar with the prefixed the definite article. Thanks. Brain. Gotta get to work, brain. So I think, and then lay more is just the cal infinitive construct from Amard with the prefixed lamed, the preposition. So, all right. You got anything else for that?
Yeah, I noticed lemor, which typically would be like to speak or to say.
Yeah.
And I felt like in you can almost translate it sometimes as speaking, even though it's in infinitive, but it feels unfair to do that still.
This is just a really flexible word, this particular one, right? I often just won't translate it at all because its primary function is just to introduce speech. So all it's doing is functioning like opening quotation marks. Sometimes, and I encourage everybody who's learning the language to translate it every time. I think it's just good practice when you're learning to translate all the words. So, and then, because very often you'll have these expressions, right, of amar, the verb, then followed by amar with the lamed, lay more, the infinitive construct, which introduces the speech, and it can feel kind of repetitive. And I answered, and because you could say, like, the temptation right away is to say something, and I answered and I said to the angel who was speaking with me, saying, right? So that's why sometimes when in those sorts of constructions, I find it a little smoother just to say, and I answered and I spoke to the angel who was speaking with me, comma, saying. And I always put a double point, a colon before but that's me. That's a me thing.
That's just good English.
Don't pay attention to what I'm doing. Okay. Some people may think so. Yeah. Anyways, we're not here to criticize my English. We good there? You ready to continue with verse 5?
Yeah, let's have it.
The nice thing about these visions in Zechariah is a lot of repetition. So when you're, as somebody who is not super fluent in the language, it's a good text because you learn like clauses or phrases, and they constantly keep coming back, right? So yeah.
I was reading Leviticus, trying to work through it in Hebrew, and it was the same way, a lot of repetitive phrases, but it helped me memorize a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, right? Oh yeah, that's good for that too.
For verse 5, it'd be Vaya'an Hamalach, Hadover, B, Vayomer, Eli, Halo, Yada,
There we are.
Yadata, Ma, Hema, La, Vaomar, Lo, Adoni. And so it would be the angel who was speaking with me answered.
Yeah. Answered. This is from an
Yeah, ana would be the verb, and it'd be third masculine singular
yeah.
perfect, referring to
I
the
thought I
angel,
heard you
right?
say yeah, I thought I heard you say entered.
Oh no, I said answered. Maybe I didn't
Oh, okay. That
enunciate.
was sorry. That's probably my
Yeah.
fault.
Oh, it's okay. This one shows up a lot in the text.
It
The word
does.
ana.
It
Yeah,
does. The writer likes this one a lot. To the point
it
where
works.
sometimes I'm not entirely sure, like everybody's, yeah, I'm not entirely sure what to do with it all the time, just because you're tired of, saying the same thing over and over. But yeah,
Right.
okay.
Right. So the angel is speaking with me, answered, and he said to me, and then lo with the interrogative in front of it. So it'd be something like do not, or because the next verb is yadata. So it'd be like, do you not know? And then
Yeah.
obviously what they, these.
Yeah.
So like, what are these? Even though it's clunky, we almost would leave out the hema, right?
Well, I
Like,
think, yeah, like I think to me it's just what these things. Do you know what these things are? I think you can use for this, right? Because it's that's essentially what it's doing is it's identifying the the object basically
right.
that he's looking at, or the objects in this case.
Sure,
So,
sure.
but yeah, you're on the right track though. Yes,
Then the
Simone
last
is
part.
very late.
Oh, welcome in. Is you not like you actually watch the live stream from the beginning whenever you come in.
That's true. You can.
Yeah. The last phrase I think was just let's see, Va Omar. Oh yeah,
Omar,
and I
yeah.
said no, my lord. So he doesn't know
Yeah,
what they are. Yeah,
he
yeah.
doesn't know. So,
Let's see. I think for verbs we've got vaya on, which would be and he answered third masculine singular perfect cow. And
imperfect, yeah,
then oh,
with
did
the
I say
verb
perfect?
consecutive. I thought
Sorry.
maybe it might be me
It
too. I don't hear well, so
it's the imperfect verb consecutive, so we translate it perfect. But the next one should be hadover, which is that same participle again with
yep,
the hey in front of it belonging to the angel. And then vayomer, third masculine singular, um, imperfect verb consecutive. And then
yep.
after that, yadata, which would be
Mhm.
also imperfect. So it'd be second masculine singular imperfect. I get that? Second masculine.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Uh, no, it's a perfect though, sorry.
oh
Did you yeah,
oh I'm
because it's
it already has a yod at the beginning of it because
yeah,
yada already has a
that's right.
yod. Sorry. It'd be a doubled yod if it was imperfect, right?
Exactly. Yes.
Okay. And let's see, the last one I think is just Vaomer or Vaomar, which would be
Yeah.
and I said. And that's
Yeah.
a third so first common
First.
singular. And that'd be imperfect verb consecutive.
Yeah. Exactly. So, nice.
I forget to
Very
look for the
good.
doubled yod sometimes on the
With the
imperfects.
imperfect,
Yeah.
yeah, and the Vav consecutive, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's that, and it's yeah. When you've been reading as long as I have, then you forget, like you just don't see them. They're just it's like I don't know. It's like this instinctive thing. after a while.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a good way. Like that's looking for that doubled yod is always a good way for identifying the imperfect with the vav consecutive. Yes, it's Simone, if you're late, if you go back to the beginning, it's harder to make fun of me. That's true. So that's why most people are here anyways. So, and I don't want to rob you guys of your of your entertainment, your Thursday evening entertainment. So have at her.
It's not
I
just
think
learning, it's
no.
edutainment. There must be
Yes.
some laughing and merrymaking.
Much of that. Over the last several months, this show, despite it has nothing to do with me, but my guests seem to like to come on and make dirty jokes a lot of times. So, this show is that too. It's kind of become that. But
Satan
yeah,
has captured the mind of this community, obviously.
it really has. It really has. Yeah. So, but you know what? We're sex positive here, so it's all good. All right. Verse 6. See here, he's answering again.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Vaya on, vayomer elai lemor. Zandevar Adonai el Zerubbabel lemor. Lo bechael velo bekoach ki im beruchi amar Adonai Tzebaot. All right. And honestly, I'm like some of the stuff here too. I'm not sure how to connect all the pieces of the vision.
Yeah.
Right? We'll talk about it. So and he answered, and he said to, and he spoke to me, saying, this is the word of Yahweh to Zerubbabel, saying, the not by power nor by strength, except by, or rather by, my spirit. Yahweh Sabaoth has spoken.
Okay.
Amar Adonai Tzebaoth. So, and yeah, I think when I read this, because I'm trying to follow along with, because he's looking at the candlestick, right? And he's looking at the lamps, and he's asking, what are these things? And the angel, I read this as like kind of like, really? You don't know what these are?
You would think.
And he's like, no, I don't. And so he answers him and he says to him, this is the word of Yahweh to Zerubbabel. Not by strength, like not by power nor by strength, rather by my spirit. What does that have to do with the candlestick, the menorah that he's looking at? I have no idea. It seems disconnected to me. It seems like there should be something else here. And that troubles me. So that's kind of, I don't know if somebody's got any thoughts on this. That would be, see, look, they're starting up in the chat. You should just not pay any attention to the chat. Justin, they're being bad.
There is no pegging in heaven, and you got to remember there's no breakfast in hell. So there's decisions to be made
really?
Either way.
God damn. Holy shit. Well, I know where I'm going. I'm just going to say that. So just based on that. So thanks. That makes my decision very, very easy. All right. Verbs. Let's talk about some verbs. Vaya'an is a cal imperfect, third masculine singular with the vav consecutive from anna. Vayomer is a cal imperfect, third masculine singular with the vav consecutive from amar. Lemord is a cal infinitive, construct with the prefix lamed from Amar. And then we have Lamord again. And then Amar is just a straight up cow perfect. Third masculine singular. And and that's it. So and then I think, and so now he's introduced Zerubbabel, who I think we read about him in the next verse.
Yeah, but my thinking as I was translating this, because I wanted to be as charitable to the text as possible, was like whether or not the candelabra was supposed to be a typological vision of Zerubbabel somehow, but it seems so iffy.
Yeah, he is the branch, right, or the shoot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe that's the way to go. I don't know. I'm looking and nobody seems to. Yeah, no, nobody's helping. You guys are not helpful.
It does come back up again in verse like 11 and 12 in my translation.
Okay. Yeah. Nice. All right. Well, maybe
So that's
I
why
like
I was
that
thinking,
actually.
Okay.
I like that. So that's a good thought.
Of course, it could just be a weird, a weird text. It might be something was left out too. We see that a lot in the Torah.
Yeah, it's absolutely a weird text. I worked with a gentleman in Norway by the name of Torleif Elgvin. I talk about him on occasion, and he is an eccentric, a very bright eccentric man. But I think what he would say about like the night visions in Zechariah, just kind of knowing him and how he reads the text, like he wrote a 50-page article on the Chazon Gabriel. I don't know if you're familiar with this, the Gabriel stone, this artifact that was found that's like this weird mash of prophetic utterances and things. It's I think it's a forgery, but he decided to write like a 50-page article about it. It's like when you read the text, it's I don't know, dozens and dozens of lines of text, and it's really just none of it's very well connected. It's just a jumble of sentences, and because it's really fragmentary too, like lots of the writing is not clear and rubbed out, and so you can't see everything that's there. It's a lot of it just sort of feels like and one of the reasons I think it's a forgery, saying nothing of the paleographic issues. But just from a textual perspective, it's like you'll see clearly like 3 days and then something, and then a rose and then nothing, and then the angels were there, and then it's like it's just like and but when my my friend and my former boss Torleif Elgvin wrote about this particular text, it's kind of it's very creative. He said, the ecstatic, the prophet is just emerging from his ecstatic state, and he's got to get this stuff down. So he just has this giant fucking rock to write on, and he's scribbling down his vision as it's coming out. And the reason why a lot of it feels jumbled and disconnected is because he's breathlessly excited about what he's just seen. And so I kind of feel like he would read the night visions in Zechariah and say something similar. Like it's just, the ecstatic utterances of a prophet, sometimes they're not always connecting and don't always make the best sense. So so that's fun.
According to the Hebrew Bible, like when they go into the prophetic frenzy, crazy stuff happens. Isaiah went naked, Saul went naked. He rolled around on the ground. A lot of things happen, and
that shit happens. Saul was violated by by the Spirit of God.
Yeah, he was.
So,
Oh boy.
all right. Well, let's do verse 7, and that's probably it for
Sure.
tonight.
Okay.
This is a weird
me,
one too.
It was interesting. It took me a minute to piece it together, and I might still need some tweaking.
Me too. So
Yeah.
don't feel bad.
Let's see. Mi ata har hagadol lifnei Zerubbabel or Zarubevel la mishor, and then the next one took
Me
my.
sore.
Oh, you know what? I mean,
Yeah.
Is it a sheen or a scene? Hold on.
Isn't no,
La
it's or maybe sorry, I am
It's
wrong. You're right.
a sheen with a
It's La Me
holum.
Shore. Yeah, it's a sheen with
Okay.
a holum. My apologies.
That's okay. It's hard to
That's
read
my
it
bad.
because of the
I
text,
know.
but right. So La Mishore, and the next word is tough to pronounce. I'll try to get this one. Vahotze.
Bakotsi. Yeah, good.
Okay. And then At Ha'avan or Ha'evan. Sorry,
Yeah.
Ha'evan. That's a common word. We should know that one.
Yeah.
Ha'rosha. Toshot or Toshuot or
Good.
no, sorry, Tishuot.
Yes.
I think that's about
better.
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Hain La. And this was a tough one. So I got something like a question at the beginning. Who are you? And then the Great Mountain. So that's the Great Mountain to the face of Zerubbabel. So now I'm trying to figure out like okay, he's asking the question to Zechariah, who are you, the Great Mountain to Zerubbabel? So is this a description of who the prophet is to Zerubbabel? He is the mountain to Zerubbabel?
It's so Lifnei, I think, is a better translation than to is like in front of or before Zerubbabel. And honestly, I'm not sure because it kind of sounds like based on everything that follows and looking at some of the English translations, I don't think it's the prophet. I mean, it sounds like it should be, right?
It feels like
But
it
I don't
is,
think
but
it is. Yeah.
right.
Just because I don't know, like, who are you? The Great Mountain before Zerubbabel is like that's what I've got.
Okay.
Yeah, and then Lemi sword. Sorry, Lemi sword.
Right.
This is sort of an awkward way of saying this. So
yeah, there was definitely some when I wrote in my translation, there was definitely some questionable stuff that I wrote in here that I was like, I'm gonna need to probably clear some of this up. But so something about like what you were saying, who are you, or you can even say whoever you are, right? The Great Mountain before Zerubbabel, and then the next word was interesting because it too is the front of it, right? And it was I was struggling to try to figure out how to translate this because it was like something that's level, like a plain or a flat land, or so it's like to level or to bring flat maybe, or
something like that. For me, I think for leveling or for flatness.
Okay.
For a plane. It's I mean, as I think what he's saying here is like the Great Mountain, whatever that is going to be flattened, right?
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
I think that's what it is, and that's where I'm like, I don't know if that's the prophet, right? That's why I'm not sure. And again, it's this situation where suddenly we're not like this. A lot of this just looks like new shit that he's seeing.
Sure.
So ecstatic utterances.
Sure.
All right.
Right. And then the second part of the verse is he shall send out or bring out the
Yeah.
stone. So
With Shah. Shah belongs to Evan.
yeah, the top stone.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then next word is shoutings in the plural, like
Yeah.
which is interesting because in English we wouldn't pluralize it, but it is here, shoutings in the plural or yellings.
Yeah.
Um,
Cries?
oh, cries would be good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think.
And then the cry is, I think, the last three words, hein, la,
Yeah.
which is grace to her or to it.
To it. Yeah. So I think, and like this based on context, tissue ot should be in construct with hein. So you could say like cries of grace for it.
That makes
Or
more sense.
grace unto it, something like that, right? Yeah. So
Is there a marker so I didn't catch that tissue O was in construct. Is there something on
no,
this? Okay.
because like the feminine plural construct looks identical to the absolute, so it's almost always just Jace is suggesting beauty instead of grace. So that yeah, that's probably better. So I like, yeah, it just usually it's just trying to see if this does it help to smooth it out, and does it, like, if it works syntactically, does it help to smooth it out? That's kind of the way that I go about this when it's ambiguous, right? So yeah, just because it doesn't have an actual form, you have to sort of intuit it. So yeah, but that's pretty good. Oh, I was going to say, because I looked up Vahotsi in Halot, and it came up with the gloss for the Hifil, and specifically in this text, it came up with produce. I think, to bring out it's going in that direction, right? You can kind of hear, and you're right about what basically what's happening, right? But I think produce is probably a better English rendering of that.
That makes sense.
So yeah. All right, you want to do some
Sure.
verbs? What do we have? I think we just have this one.
There's not many actually.
No, it's just this one, isn't it?
That's it. Yeah. Actually,
Yeah.
that's it. Vahotsi. And that's let's see. Obviously a hafil, imperfect, vav consecutive. So then it would be, let's see. Actually, it'd be
it's actually a perfect
vav
and it's a
consecutive.
conjunctive. It's not the consecutive. This is actually the conjunctive vav here. And this gets tricky. And what happens when you see the conjunctive vav as opposed to the vav consecutive? The best way to think about the vav consecutive is the introduction of like a new, properly a new sentence, right? Whereas this is still continuing. It's like it's continuing the sense of whatever has happened before. So very often you'll see vav consecutive then fall if there's a bunch of verbs in as part of a single sentence or like a series of closely connected clauses. It'd be like vav consecutive, then imperfect, right? Then vav conjunctive perfect, vav conjunctive perfect, vav conjunctive perfect, and then the sentence ends, and then your next sentence begins with another Vav consecutive imperfect. So that's kind of what it how it functions most of the time in the text. But yeah, you got everything else right. Do you remember the root for this one?
It's Yatsa, but
Yeah,
the first yod turns into a Holem Vav.
exactly.
I know there's a grammatical rule for that. I don't remember the rule, but I've seen it enough to recognize it.
Jason will probably mention something, but it just I don't know the best it's just because it is a first yod verb. When they appear in the hifil, that yod just becomes a whole vav in the perfect, in the imperfect too. But yeah, with the anyways, yeah. So it's just that that's kind of the rule, unless Jason has something more sophisticated to offer than that. Good. I did want to say here, right? A couple things. Ha Evan Harosha. This is another one of these instances where you have an adjective, Harosha, in an attributive relationship with Evan, and you're probably people are going to look at this and go, well, it's feminine, Harosha, and Evan looks masculine, but Evan is actually a feminine noun. So this is what's going on here. And then of course the suffixed pronoun at the end of the verse attached to the preposition is the referent for it is Ha'evan Harosha. It's the stone, the top stone. So
That makes
yeah,
sense.
other than that, I don't know what the fuck is going on. But
Well,
it's
because
super.
I was confused too as to why Rosha was going to be feminine, and I obviously to her means
Yeah,
it's referencing back to the feminine, but I couldn't figure out how Evan was feminine, so I was kind of lost on that one.
there's like a couple of these words, right, in Hebrew that look masculine but just are feminine for reasons.
Sure.
Look, most often you see things like body parts, right, are feminine, even though
Hmm.
lots of those will look masculine. Like regal looks masculine. Um, yod looks masculine. The hands, right? Things like that. So, but they're all feminine.
Hmm.
It's fun. Yeah. All right. Good. Well, look, we got to the ptak,
And we
the
did all
paragraph
right.
mark. Nice. So high five. I'm
Boom.
yeah, nice.
Actually, you
All
answered
right.
my question too on the
Oh,
carry, because in the JPS version, because they don't have the full BHS notes, they actually added that word in line with
okay.
Vaomar. They actually
Right.
added Vayomer in line right next to it in just a slightly smaller text.
Right. Yeah. So
Yeah,
that was messing you up when you were looking
yeah,
at it.
yeah.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Jason was mentioning this actually when he was on last week. Like the way that BHS is laid out is in many ways it's fucking terrible. Like at the top, right, of the page here, you've
Hmm.
got I'm just going to pull down my let's get rid of that. Like you've got this is verse 7 um which goes here and then comes here and ends here. You've got your verse mark ending, your verse ending mark, and then verse 8 is like here, and this word here is attached to it, and then you continue down here for some reason. It's just like it's so stupid. Like, what are you guys doing?
It's
Um,
messy.
anyway, it is. It's messy. Thank God for BHQ, I guess, that I can't
Right.
afford yet.
I can't.
Um,
I mean,
oh, nice.
maybe one day, right? We can share a dream. to have a BHQ, but
all
we
of it
don't know
when
about
it's
that yet.
done. Maybe it'll be done in our lifetime. That'd be
When my
fun.
son's an adult, maybe we can make
Yeah,
that happen.
perfect. Awesome. Well, I'm here for it. So a couple things from the chat. First of all, I'd like to welcome Kelly Scher to the channel. Just became a YouTube member here on my channel. Thank you very much for your support. Jace provided an answer to the what's happening in the vision here. I think the answer is in verse 14. The two olive trees represent the king and the priest
That
who
makes
are to
sense.
serve before God. So Zechariah is saying that none of it will be brought about by man's strength. Yes. Yeah. No, I
Right.
think that's good. Thank you for that.
And my
I just
thoughts
wanted to.
is that it's Joshua and Zerubbabel, right? The tag team,
Yes,
the power
exactly.
duo.
Yeah, the power couple.
Yeah.
So they're so good together.
But isn't
So
it kind of classified as a failed prophecy? I mean, Zerubbabel was never a real king. He was like a governor,
yep,
right?
yep. So yeah, I suppose potentially it could be. I have to look a little bit more closely, and I mean, we haven't really got to some of those visions yet, but yeah, when we get there, well, I'll have to look a little bit more closely at that. Simone has a comment here about my explanation for what's going on in the Hassel and Gabriel. That would be such a good explanation if it wasn't for the better explanation of it's a forgery and doesn't say anything, just hints at things in order to make people go ooh and not pay. It's exactly right. Thanks, Simone. Awesome. Okay. What you have things coming up and things to plug?
Yeah, so I'll be live, as you know, on Friday night doing debates. But good news, our unapologetic crew, Dr. Blitz, allegedly Ian, and myself, we got a gig with Pangburn in October. We're doing a big stage
Wow.
debate, and
That's
we're
awesome.
debating the entire world. Anybody is allowed to come to the debate and try to debate us. So it's going to be like
Holy
us versus 300
holy
people.
shit. Are they calling it like you guys versus the world? They better.
They
They have to
should,
call it that. They
yeah.
need to call it that, right? I mean, god damn, that is when is that happening? Do you know
It's
yet?
October 10th, and it's going to be shot in New York, in the somewhere in the Bronx. And I
Awesome.
don't know yet if they're going to do it live or if they're going to record it and then snip it and release it. I'm not
Well,
sure which one
I
they're going
mean,
to
don't
do,
they
but
kind of have to do it live if it's the whole world?
that's what I was hoping, if
Boy,
we do it
yeah,
live.
I
Yeah,
hope so. Wow, that's
yeah.
so cool. I'm excited for that.
I'm pretty pumped.
Sweet. Yeah. No,
So
way to go.
also, I
Good
got
for
your
you.
book, by the way. You sent it to me, and
Yes.
I'm getting ready to crack that open. Once I finish, I'm reading 2 more books so that you and I can get our stream set up on the biblical
Yes.
Hebrew dating, and then your book is next in line.
All right. Well, it's a very long book, so it's going
Okay.
to take a while to get through it. Um, Dan McClellan was on with
Mm,
me a couple of weeks ago,
mm,
and somebody said that that my book was very dense, and he
mm.
just went, "Yes, it is very dense." So, um,
Mm,
yeah, but that's awesome.
mm.
And just as you mentioned, Justin and I have been talking, and at some point after, probably after the summer, because
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
got a whole bunch of
After
shit going
my
on.
son's back in school, and
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So we're gonna sit down and do some stuff about the like the historical development of Hebrew and using forms and lexicography to date texts, which is pretty fun. So but yeah, it's not something that I've done a lot with. I've done a little bit. I actually
Mm,
did a little bit of it with my PhD dissertation, but all that
mm,
was like later Hebrew, right? Like all of
mhm.
that is Second Temple stuff. But it's yeah, it's super interesting. And we're getting ready for that. So that'll be cool. For me, I'm back with Vish
Mhm.
tomorrow and we're going to continue. Justin, we're doing somebody. Well, it was a church, so I guess, but somebody, a church, thought that it was a good idea to have. You've heard of this guy, right? Inspiring Philosophy.
Oh, not IP.
Somebody thought it would be a good idea to have Michael Jones come up and give a talk about why the Exodus absolutely happened and the conquest absolutely happened, and they all happened in the 13th century BC, and we can totally prove it, right? So somebody thought that was a good idea.
That would mean 1 Kings chapter 6 is wrong.
That's wrong. It's just wrong. Oh, but symbolic numbers.
Oh,
It's
right.
480. Never mind. It's
yeah,
just
that's right. Yeah,
right. Yeah.
but
So,
but has he not read the Amarna tablets? Is he going to try to say that the Habiru is the invading people from the Amarna period?
Well, he's doing his best to ignore the Amarna period in favor of the Ramesside period, right? So, but he is also saying that the Hapiru are definitely the Israelites. So, I guess I don't know. I don't know. Don't quote me. It's a mess. When people try and do this shit, it becomes a mess. So we did part of it last week. We're continuing with it tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm going to be talking. So I'll be talking about like the Ark of the Covenant and the Jericho and and maybe if we get to it the Mount Ebal altar, the altar on Mount Ebal there, the cursed mountain. So
Dr. Kipp, you put me on a rabbit trail. Okay, hold on. The Hebrew cannot be the leaving Hebrews from Egypt.
No, that's
we
true.
Already have
they can't be.
Documents
that's correct.
Of them according to his time. So in Alalach, the Daniel, the Weiss tablets. Okay, 1400s. They were already conscripting the Habiru to go do their military work up in Anatolia. And this would have been while all the Hebrews were in Egypt. So how are they getting Habiru from the land if they're all in Egypt?
I don't fucking know. I really don't. But and maybe that's why Michael prefers not to talk about them beyond just mentioning the possible. Yeah, it sounds like it. Scholars are, where I've seen the scholarship now though is most people are like, yeah, no, it's just, they just sound the same. It's not really.
But I don't know if they sound the same in Hebrew all that much because it'd be
exactly.
like Ibrit would be like the Hebrew people, right?
Ibrit. Yes, it'd be Ibrit. It's you're totally right. It's people hearing Hebrew, and then going Aperu. And Hebrew is Is that like a Latinized form? Probably.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Oh wow.
So anyways, that's happening tomorrow. On Saturday, I'll be on Dapper Dinosaurs channel as usual at 3:00 Eastern, noon Pacific. And then I'm doing my show Saturday night with Dr. Tapioca Weasel and Nitty at 10:00 Eastern, 7:00 Pacific. I do this show every second week. Justin, where we watch usually bad AI Bible videos, and I get drunk and we make it's a good time. We make fun of them. Sometimes I do sobriety tests. Sometimes I just get, I just black out. It's all good. So that's Saturday night. And then I will next. Oh, yes. No Kitty at Ibrit next week. I will be flying and I can't do it from the plane. So it's not happening next week. But but then there will be another stream on Friday. So, but I think that's it for me.
Well, thanks for having me.
It's super fun. So please come back. And everyone, I need an outro here. Here we go. I found it. No, not that one. Okay, that one. As always, everyone, be good, stay safe, and ha tikva.